Welcome to the Daily Donald. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Daily Donald. Day 1 Presidential Summary. Today is January 21st, 2025, and yesterday marked a historic moment as Donald J. Trump is inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States, marking the beginning of his second non-consecutive term. As always, we're here to bring you an in-depth, objective summary of the most important developments every single day of this presidency. Before we dive into today's remarkable events, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. We're here to foster conversation and hear your perspectives on these historic moments. So, what made January 20th, 2025 a day to remember? Let's break it all down. Starting with the top 5 groundbreaking developments that kicked off President Trump's return to the Oval Office. Mass pardons for January 6th defendants. One of President Trump's first actions after taking the oath of office was to issue a sweeping round of pardons for approximately 1,500 individuals convicted in connection with the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. Among the recipients were high-profile figures such as Enrique Tarrio, Stuart Rhodes, and other leaders of the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers. The January 6 Capitol attack remains one of the most polarizing events in recent American history. Critics viewed it as an assault on democracy, while Trump and his supporters have framed the convicted individuals as political prisoners who were unfairly targeted by what they describe as a biased judicial system. By issuing these pardons, Trump sought to solidify his narrative of healing the nation and correcting perceived injustices. The pardons were met with deeply divided reactions. Supporters cheered the move as an overdue act of justice, with Trump's base hailing him as a defender of free speech and political dissent. On social media, hashtags like Pardon Patriots trended among Trump loyalists. However, critics condemned the decision as a dangerous precedent. Legal experts argued that such mass pardons could undermine accountability for political violence, while opponents on the left described it as an affront to democratic norms. International observers also weighed in, with some warning that the move could damage America's reputation as a beacon of rule of law. These pardons set a combative tone for Trump's second term, signaling his willingness to confront the political establishment head-on. They also raise important questions about the balance between executive clemency and the integrity of the judicial process. Will this decision deepen divisions, or could it pave the way for reconciliation? Executive orders on immigration and border security. Immigration has long been a cornerstone of Trump's political identity, and his return to the White House brought immediate action. On his first day, Trump signed several executive orders aimed at addressing issues at the U.S. Mexico border. Key orders signed: National Emergency Declaration. Trump reinstated the emergency status at the southern border, citing surges in undocumented migration. Gang designations. Foreign criminal gangs such as MS-13 were officially designated as terrorist organizations, allowing for harsher penalties and expanded enforcement. Border security measures. Additional funding was redirected to complete the border wall, one of Trump's signature projects during his first term. Support and criticism. Supporters applauded these measures as a strong start to tackling immigration challenges. Republican leaders praised the swift action, emphasizing the need to prioritize national security and protect American jobs. Proponents argue that these steps will deter illegal crossings and criminal activity, while reaffirming the United States' commitment to sovereignty. Conversely, immigration advocates and civil rights groups decried the orders as draconian and inhumane. Critics highlighted the potential for human rights violations, particularly with policies that expedite deportations and limit asylum claims. International reactions were mixed, with neighboring countries like Mexico expressing concern over strained diplomatic relations. Long-term impact. The renewed focus on immigration underscores Trump's intent to solidify his legacy as a hardliner on border security. These policies are likely to face legal challenges and intense scrutiny in Congress, setting the stage for another contentious chapter in America's immigration debate. President Trump's America First doctrine took center stage again as he announced the United States' withdrawal from the World Health Organization, WHO, and the Paris Climate Agreement. These decisions marked a sharp departure from the policies of the Biden administration, signaling a return to Trump's nationalist agenda. WHO. Trump criticized the organization for its handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, accusing it of being overly influenced by China. His withdrawal reflects a broader skepticism of multilateral organizations. Paris Climate Agreement. Trump argued that the accord unfairly disadvantaged American industries, while allowing major polluters like China and India to continue their practices unchecked. Proponents of these moves claim they are necessary to protect American interests and prevent the country from being burdened by global bureaucracies. Supporters believe these withdrawals free up resources to focus on domestic priorities and empower the U.S. to negotiate better terms in future agreements. Critics warn that these decisions could isolate the United States on the global stage. Public health experts have voiced concerns about the implications of leaving the WHO, particularly in the face of potential future pandemics. Environmental advocates argue that abandoning the Paris Agreement undermines global efforts to combat climate change and could have severe ecological consequences. These withdrawals highlight Trump's commitment to a nationalist agenda, but also raise questions about America's role in a rapidly globalizing world. Will this isolationist approach strengthen the nation, or will it erode its influence on key international issues? In his inaugural address, President Trump outlined a controversial shift in federal policy, targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives. Merit-based policies. Trump pledged to establish a colorblind system focused on merit and individual achievement. Gender recognition. The federal government will officially recognize only two genders, male and female, reversing policies aimed at inclusion for non-binary and transgender individuals. The announcement sparked immediate and intense reactions. Supporters argue that these changes promote fairness and reduce government overreach, aligning with conservative values of equal opportunity rather than equal outcomes. Critics, however, view these policies as regressive and harmful to marginalized communities. These changes are expected to face significant legal challenges, particularly regarding constitutional protections for equal treatment under the law. They also signal a broader cultural shift that could reshape the national conversation on identity and inclusion. President Trump reiterated his commitment to protectionist economic policies, announcing plans to impose tariffs on imports and establish an external revenue service to collect duties. Trump framed these measures as a way to tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens, arguing that they would boost domestic industries, create jobs, and reduce reliance on foreign goods. Economists remain divided on the efficacy of tariffs. Supporters argue that these measures can revitalize American manufacturing and reduce trade deficits. Critics warn of potential retaliatory actions from trading partners, increased consumer costs, and disruptions to global supply chains. The international community is closely monitoring these developments, with some nations already signaling their intent to challenge U.S. tariffs at the World Trade Organization. These policies are likely to test Trump's ability to balance domestic economic growth with global trade relationships. Day one of President Trump's second term has been nothing short of eventful. From sweeping pardons and bold immigration reforms to controversial policy shifts and economic measures, the new administration has wasted no time making its mark. But what do these moves mean for the nation's future? Will Trump's bold actions unify the country or deepen its divisions? Are these policies the start of a transformative presidency, or will they face insurmountable challenges? We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these day one developments? Drop your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Daily Donald, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of President Trump's second term.